I feel like life has just given me a massive punch in the face. I'm on the floor and I can't get up. No matter what I do, I just can't get up. 2022, I left the UK for Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, yes.
So I finally arrived in Harare, Zimbabwe. Everything seemed okay. I set up my computer and I was working as if I was right here in the United Kingdom. I had stable internet. I also had good electricity, which was not the case in a lot of places in Zimbabwe. So after a week, things were fine until one day the electricity just went. I did a few calls and I found out that there was a fault in the area. So I thought this fault was going to get fixed, over a day or 2 days the most, but that wasn't the case. I had to go for 2 weeks without electricity. So on one hand, I'm frustrated, but on the other hand, I thought to myself, instead of wasting time, why not shift my focus to the farm? So I started setting up everything that's needed for the farm. I built the chicken house because I wanted to go into chickens, and also prepared the land so that I could grow some vegetables and corn. So according to my calculations, this was supposed to give me a very good profit. So I invested pretty much all the money that I had into the farm project.
So this idea came about because I used to watch a lot of videos and I used to hear a lot of people talk a lot of positive things about farming.
I also had a dream to retire on a farm, so this was the beginning of that dream to retire on a farm and grow my own food. A week went on and it seemed like everything was working really well at the farm, so I decided to appoint a farm manager. I went back to focusing on creating content and working on my online business. So as soon as I got back, I realized that the electricity was still not there. So I had to do a very difficult decision, and that was to install an off-grid solar system. Now, this was very expensive and I was really dreading doing this because it cost about $7,000 US.
I invested tens of thousands into this project, buying the chickens, preparing the land, building some structures on the farm. And after about a year, turns out that I was scammed big time. So this put me in a position where pretty much I had nothing. All the tens of thousands that I invested in this business pretty much was all lost. So I thought to myself, well, what's the way forward? So I realized that there's no way of getting this money back, and the people that scammed me, pretty much they could not even produce the money.
Now, looking back, I can see I made a lot of mistakes. I trusted the farm workers 100%, and I did not spend a lot of time at the farm, and I paid a big price for it. At this point, there was nothing else to do but focus on creating content and creating all my courses for my online community. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is where I realized that I was struggling. I tried to put the money that I lost at the farm at the back of my head, but it just wouldn't work. It affected me mentally. It affected me so much that I became less and less productive. No matter what I did, I just felt so drained and so tired. It was so bad that even some of the people that know me were beginning to ask why I was not creating content as much as I did. So I always sort of hid myself and not speak much, thinking that things would improve. First, it was 1 week of no content. Then it went to 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. And I'm really struggling to get myself back on my feet. So there was a time where I felt like, okay, I'm back and I'm now focused and I can start creating my content. Then I received a phone call from my young brother saying his 2 kids had passed away. Now, this was a real shocker for me because I was not expecting this, and I was so close to these kids, and they were very, very close to my kids too. The kids died a very horrible death. Now, the story is still under investigation, so we still have to wait until we get the final investigations on the whole case.
So the money that I had, I pretty much used a lot of it towards this funeral, and at this point now, I'm running on an empty tank. No more money left. So the environment really wasn't working for me. So at first, I got scammed on the farm. Now I've got this devastating situation with my brother's kids. It was just very, very difficult. So what I decided to do was to go back to England. But the challenge now is I couldn't just go easily because I needed money to get started with. And at this point now, it's been over a year without me really working and being productive because I was focusing on the farm. So turns out at that point now, I'm in serious debt everywhere. Like bills are just piling up like crazy. So as I'm deciding to go back to England now to just change the environment and start working there, I had very little money. Of course, I was getting a few jobs here and there, and this is the sad part. You know, a lot of people from the community, they were giving me some work where I was doing some plugin reviews, doing a bit of work here and there, and that was keeping me going. But the sad thing is, sometimes I would let these people down or let these companies down by not delivering on time. But at the same time, I felt like I couldn't say what was really going on in my life because I felt like it would come across like it's just an excuse of me not producing what I said I was going to produce. So I was in that situation where it was very, very difficult. But looking back now, I really thank those companies who were so patient with me, even though I did not deliver on time. So anyway, it was time now for me to go to England, and I managed to just buy the ticket. So when I bought the ticket, on the day to travel back, I was rushing because I did things last minute, got to the airport, and I missed my plane. And at this point now, I don't even have any more money to buy the ticket, because this now, to replace that ticket, it was going to be about £800, about $900. So anyway, a very good friend of mine came through. Now, usually in my life, I don't have friends because I'm mostly at work. If I'm not at work, I'm at home. So I don't really go out. I don't have friends like that. But what I realized was the people that I communicate with online have now become my friends. So, shout out to Jewel from Fluent CRM, the CEO of Fluent CRM. He really came through because at that point I was really stuck and didn't know what to do. So I just reached out to him and he really helped me out. So I managed to buy my ticket. As I'm going through all this, I'm thinking to myself, can I really get up? And I start doubting myself. I start feeling sorry for myself. And it's a bit unusual about myself because I see myself as someone who's really, really positive. So one day I call Awa. So I'm talking to him and I'm explaining what's going on in my life because this young man, I consider him like a brother because, he's full of energy. Even when things are really messed up, he'll find a way of uplifting you. And he said some words that really, really resonated with me. He said to me, Mac, you have a YouTube channel. You're good at what you do, creating videos and so on. Do you realize that you're in a very good position because you're not starting from scratch? And that really got me thinking. And to be honest, that is what really gave me the strength to start getting up. And if you've noticed now, I've been making a video a day on my channel. And yeah, I guess this is my journey to getting back on my feet and starting to fight back to get my life back. It's not easy, but it has to be done. And then through all this, I remembered that there was a quote that I heard somewhere on the internet that if you want to lose weight, no one can do your push-ups for you. So I guess I have to start focusing on what I do best, start working hard, and try to get myself back on track. I know it's not easy, but it has to be done. So
throughout my ordeal, I know I let so many people down. There's companies that gave me work, I didn't do the work on time, and also the lifetime members. I was supposed to have created a lot of content on Divi University. That hasn't been done, and I feel like I really let you down. But the good news is I'm now taking baby steps. I'm getting up. I'm really fighting because I can see light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm really working hard on getting myself back on track. I've started creating some videos now regularly on my YouTube channel, and thank God there's still a few companies reaching out to me because they want to collaborate with me. They want me to do videos for them. This is really helping me out and getting me back on my feet. I'm not 100% there, but I'm fighting to get back to normal and get my life back. And once again, I'd like to thank each and every one of you because you've helped me a lot. You've supported me a lot, watching my videos, giving me the positive comments, buying my products, and most importantly, believing in me. So I want to say thank you.